Hey, how's it going? We are continuing this series where we're taking a look at advanced manufacturing, and we're taking a look at UK's setup, partly, at least partly, funded by government. Some of those institutions and how expensive upfront it can be to set up some of those centers, right? Nobody told me. I didn't know that's even available. But either way, let's cover those right now and what kind of opportunities or support some of the centers can offer. I covered one already. There's going to be seven in total. Now we're taking a look at Center for Process Innovation and what this center does. I'm taking a look at the company's website, but perhaps let's do a quick introduction with some of the resources that I managed to find online. That would be the Center for Process Innovation. CPI is a technology and innovation center based in the United Kingdom. It's not a singular entity, but rather a part of a high-value manufacturing catapult, which is a network of leading manufacturing research centers in the United Kingdom. The purpose of CPI is to support development of innovation processes and technologies in various industries, including pharmaceutical, chemicals, energy, and electronics. So perhaps it's a lot cheaper for when it comes to supporting a number of different businesses within perhaps even local areas. You can take a look at 20,000 different businesses, right, and set up one institution which can bring all the ideas up to commercialization, right? When we take a look at technology readiness level, right? So you need to progress from level one all the way perhaps into prototyping and beyond, right? So we're perhaps looking at progressing to level 9, right? So it's a lot cheaper for government to set up these centers. I don't know how easy it is to work with some of those centers, but I will reach out to them ideally today and see what is my experience working with them. I don't know. I do actually have a lot of projects and I'm looking to deliver those projects. But either way, so most likely I won't be covering something that I do myself in many detail, since it's can be considered classified or sensitive information. But either way, if anything, I like to bring more attention to people who do not know that there's a center like that available. That's the idea, right? If I see there's perhaps some gaps to fill in when it comes to perhaps customer experience. Perhaps we can address those. But either way, or if anything, right? So I can see some of the videos right online circulating online where people would need to wear jackets in their homes. So currently within the UK, right? So why would they need to? Those people would need to find themselves in this kind of situations. Perhaps not enough businesses tackling some of the issues when it comes to perhaps the production of energy and generating of energy, right? So perhaps prices are too high, or perhaps even doubled, if that makes sense. Even if perhaps in the UK, I'm not entirely where it is currently when it comes to cost of energy production, right? So perhaps we should pay more attention when it comes to competitive market or building those markets up. How many businesses are currently within the market? Five. Perhaps there should be more businesses when it comes to energy production. Then we can reduce cost for end consumer, and we not necessarily see that many business or people sitting with their jackets in their homes since we're entering winter season, right? CPI provides expertise, resources, and collaborative opportunities for businesses and research organizations to accelerate the development of commercialization of new products and processes. It focuses on areas such as advanced manufacturing, digital technologies, and biotechnology. So this is information that I managed to find online. Let's jump on the company's website and see what information I might be able to access there about this organization. Let's start with perhaps eligibility. That's a good place to start, so we can understand what kind of business can enter this kind of centers or have access to some of the support that the centers have to offer. This particular center eligibility criteria would be we look at a business. Usually, businesses are classified in three different areas, right? Small, that's somewhere around 9, medium, somewhere around 100 or 249. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 249. And so this eligibility says that it needs to be less than 250 staff. So large corporations, right, or large enterprises. Uh, so they're looking to support small and medium size, right? As well as annual turnover should be less or equal to 50 million. Or net balance sheet 42 million euros for some reason. So perhaps it was the way how this center was set up, right? It was perhaps some of the funding was coming from European Union, perhaps, and that was agreed on at the time. And currently things are staying the same. So perhaps some of the finance and some of the business can enter from Europe and operate within UK. Perhaps that's another way of doing things. But I don't know. I haven't reached out. I haven't done any business. I'm not supported by anyone. Send me a check, and I might be able to cover this center in more detail, I guess. Based in a geographical region for funding again. So they're based on where your organization would be located. So that would be eligibility criteria, but I don't know what particularly they interested in. So that would be what region are we talking about within UK? Within particular area of UK? Southwest, east, west, northwest, or what are we talking about, right? Let's innovate together. You can work with us in a different ways. Choose a standard free for service or collaborate on publicity funded research and development process. Okay. So there's options there. It says it's free usually. From my experience, usually it costs something, right? They might classify it in a different structure when it comes to payment. Perhaps it's kind of complex, but either way, most likely money won't gonna change hands, but they might open you a tab, if that makes sense, so that your business would be able to access some finance that you can use for certain things. Your business might receive some credits for particular years. So perhaps for 2 years you might have credits of up to a certain sum of money that it says free, but you not really see money exchange money perhaps no won't change hands, if that makes sense. But there's a different government schemes that you can apply to, and those government schemes would pay for some of the funding available up there. So you not really would need to pay for anything, but the process itself it can be very complex. uh, the way how this organization understands this process, but it's every organization again is different. I have my own process, other organizations have their own processes, but either way, they would classify into different areas, so perhaps 3 different buckets, and which approach you might want to take, right? So this is the kind of information not necessarily all the companies would have. Sometimes I would reach out to some of those organizations and they would not able to explain the process. If anything, they would ask what you would like to do, and then you start explaining. People has no idea what you talk about. And particularly, we talk about the development of high end. So, come on, come on. We need to get this kind of thing sorted. But either way, we're taking a look at the first process that would be free for services, best for prototyping and or scale up before commercialization. So we're looking from technology readiness level, perhaps we're progressing up to level 4, right? Before rolling out a prototype and testing prototype, right? Whatever products, services you might be interested in offering, as well as collaborative research and development projects, best for technical validation or overcoming barriers to commercialization. But again, so that's very broad statements, right? So either way, so they can help you or support you depending on what kind of area you want to tackle, right? As well as publicity funded projects. I'm not entirely sure what that even means. That's for validation of your initial concept, because there's a when it comes to publicity, perhaps it's something that they're looking for publicity, but not necessarily your project is interested in publicity, especially we're talking about development of a project. Once the project has been developed, perhaps then you look yourself, you might be interested in publicity, but not in overall process of how and what you are developing, right? Some of the promotion material out there that they are promoting, and some of the barriers that they potentially can support you in overcoming. how to get to the market faster. So if anything, you yourself are the key idea behind it, getting to the market. That means perhaps making money, right? So whatever you might be spending your time, available resources on, you would like to make or make profit from it day one if you can. So this is what they actually are saying, right? They're promoting. So they would like to reduce that time. Sometimes it can take 9 months, right? Without potentially, you don't even know if you would be able to make any profit, right? So we can, what they are promoting, get to a market faster. We can reduce that time frame up to perhaps 1 day would be ideal, perhaps 5 days, 1 month instead of perhaps 9 months, right? So how are they gonna do it? Technical problem solving, that would be one area. Scale up advice, how you can scale your product, perhaps making some of those areas within the project less complicated. That would not necessarily would add value to your products and services, as well as intellectual property strategy and legal support. So depending on what kind of area you would like to tackle, as well as complete supply chain from raw materials to finished products. So they even offering this kind of support. I don't know how good. I haven't used any of the service myself, but this is some opportunities that are available for the businesses, right? Well, within the different areas, I guess. Depending on if it's a small, medium-sized business, as well as how much profit are you making. Well, considered pricing and sales strategy. We even helping you to determine that, so you most likely would be profitable to say the least. And marketing strategy. Good, good. So that would be 6 different areas that they offer support at. If you'd like to learn more, I have published a book, Game Strategy. Within this book, I'm sharing a lot of information with people who would like to learn more. If anything, I like to focus more on the process itself when it comes to structuring your company, starting if it's something that you are interested in, right? Business. I'm focusing a lot on business within this book, right? I would like to cover other areas within different books, but within this book, I'm gonna be focusing and I'm looking to release next book, hopefully very soon. I'm going to be focusing a lot on business and how to potentially earn money. To understand things a little bit better, I have published this book, right? Within this book, you can find particularly 3 different areas: how to do research, how to take action and actually start your own first business, as well as uh, resources. Once you have a lot of access to different resources, perhaps how to reinvest those resources in different ventures. You can find it in the link below, as well as QR code in the corner. Let's summarize this video with some of the support available, right? So that's the idea behind it. I don't know how good the support is. If anything, that's a disclaimer, but there is support available out there. In particular, if you have products or services that you would like to take to the next level. Accelerate your time to profitability. Good. Remove the major cost of equipment you own, or perhaps your own labs, right? So there's labs available up there. Rise investor confidence by generating robust data. I guess that's another way to look at it, as well as gain trusted advice. So hopefully they have a lot of PhDs on board or within their staff who can actually address some of those issues or problems that you have when developing products or services. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.